Welcome! Today, we're diving into the art of negotiation and how you can win every deal with ease. Negotiation is not just about getting what you want, it's about creating value for both sides. Whether you're closing a business contract, buying a car, or even discussing chores at home, negotiation skills are essential. In this video, we'll break down practical strategies, tips, and mindsets that will help you approach every negotiation with confidence. By the end, you'll have a toolkit of proven techniques to help you secure the best outcomes in any situation. Let's get started on your journey to becoming a negotiation pro. Negotiation is a process where two or more parties discuss an issue to reach a mutually beneficial agreement. It's not about winning at the expense of the other side, but about finding common ground. Understanding this mindset is crucial. When you approach negotiation as a collaborative effort, you're more likely to build trust and long-term relationships. This foundation will make it easier to reach deals that satisfy everyone involved. Remember, the best negotiators are those who listen, empathize, and seek solutions that work for all parties. Before entering any negotiation, preparation is your secret weapon. Research the other party, understand their needs, and clarify your own goals. Gather relevant data, anticipate objections, and prepare your arguments. The more you know, the more confident you'll feel. Preparation also helps you identify your bottom line and your ideal outcome. This clarity allows you to negotiate assertively without being rigid. Remember, preparation isn't just about facts, it's about understanding people, motivations, and possible compromises. Setting clear objectives is fundamental to successful negotiation. Define what you want to achieve and what you are willing to compromise on. Having specific, measurable goals keeps you focused and prevents you from accepting less than you deserve. It also helps you communicate your needs clearly to the other party. When both sides know what they want, it's easier to find a win-win solution. So, take a moment before every negotiation to write down your objectives and priorities. BATNA stands for Best Alternative to a Negotiated Agreement. It's the fallback plan you have if negotiations fail. Knowing your BATNA gives you leverage and confidence because you understand your options. If the deal on the table isn't better than your BATNA, you can walk away without regret. Always assess your alternatives before entering a negotiation. This knowledge empowers you to make better decisions and avoid settling for less than you deserve. Understanding who you're negotiating with is just as important as knowing your own goals. Research the other party's background, interests, and possible constraints. What motivates them? What are their pain points? The more you know, the better you can tailor your approach and find solutions that appeal to both sides. This research also helps you anticipate objections and prepare persuasive arguments. Knowledge truly is power in negotiation. Building rapport is a powerful way to set a positive tone for any negotiation. Start with a friendly greeting, find common ground, and show genuine interest in the other person. People are more likely to agree with someone they like and trust. Simple gestures like active listening, maintaining eye contact, and using open body language can go a long way. When you establish a connection, negotiations become more collaborative and less adversarial. Active listening is more than just hearing words. It's about understanding the message behind them. Pay attention to both verbal and nonverbal cues. Nod, paraphrase, and ask clarifying questions to show you're engaged. This not only builds trust, but also helps you uncover the other party's true needs and concerns. When people feel heard, they're more likely to open up and work towards a solution that benefits everyone. Asking open-ended questions is a great way to gather information and guide the negotiation. Instead of yes or no questions, ask how, what, or why. For example, what would make this deal work for you? Or, how can we address your concerns? These questions encourage the other party to share more details, which can reveal opportunities for creative solutions. The more you know, the better you can negotiate. Clear communication is essential in negotiation. Express your needs, interests, and boundaries in a straightforward manner. Avoid jargon or ambiguous language that could lead to misunderstandings. Be honest about what you can and cannot do. When both sides communicate openly, it reduces the risk of conflict and helps everyone stay focused on finding a solution. Remember, clarity builds trust and moves negotiations forward. Nonverbal cues like body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice play a significant role in negotiation. Maintain good posture, make eye contact, and use gestures that convey openness and confidence. Be aware of the other person's nonverbal signals as well. They can reveal unspoken concerns or agreement. Mastering nonverbal communication can give you an edge and help you build stronger connections during negotiations. Finding common ground is about identifying shared interests or goals. This creates a foundation for collaboration and makes it easier to reach an agreement. Look for areas where your objectives overlap with the other parties. Emphasize these points during the negotiation to build momentum and foster goodwill. When both sides feel they're working towards a shared goal, negotiations become smoother and more productive. The best negotiations result in win-win solutions, where both parties feel satisfied with the outcome. Focus on creating value for everyone involved. Be open to creative options that address both sides' needs. Sometimes, a small concession from you can lead to a much bigger gain overall. When both parties walk away happy, you're more likely to build lasting relationships and future opportunities. Making the first offer can set the tone and anchor the negotiation. Studies show that the first number mentioned often influences the final outcome. If you're well prepared, don't be afraid to make the opening offer. Just make sure it's reasonable and backed by facts. This strategy can give you control over the negotiation's direction and help you achieve better results. Silence can be a powerful tool in negotiation. After making a point or an offer, pause and let the other party respond. People often feel uncomfortable with silence and may reveal more information or make concessions just to fill the gap. Use silence to your advantage by staying calm and composed. It shows confidence and gives you time to think before reacting. Objections are a natural part of negotiation. Instead of seeing them as roadblocks, view them as opportunities to understand the other party's concerns. Listen carefully, acknowledge their point of view, and ask questions to clarify. Then, address the objection with facts, alternatives, or creative solutions. Handling objections gracefully shows professionalism and keeps the negotiation moving forward. Negotiation isn't only about price. Terms like delivery dates, payment schedules, warranties, and support can all be negotiated. Sometimes, flexibility on these terms can create more value than a lower price. Be open to discussing all aspects of the deal and look for trade-offs that benefit both sides. This approach can help you reach agreements that are more satisfying and sustainable. Negotiations can get tense, especially when stakes are high. It's important to stay calm and composed, even if the other party becomes emotional or aggressive. Take deep breaths, pause before responding, and focus on the facts. Keeping your cool helps you think clearly and prevents the negotiation from derailing. Remember, emotional control is a sign of strength and professionalism. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. In negotiation, empathy helps you see things from the other party's perspective. This understanding can reveal hidden interests and lead to creative solutions. Show empathy by listening, acknowledging emotions, and validating concerns. When people feel understood, they're more likely to cooperate and reach an agreement. One of the most powerful negotiation tactics is the willingness to walk away. If the deal doesn't meet your minimum requirements or feels unfair, it's okay to say no. Knowing your BATNA gives you the confidence to walk away without fear. This stance can also motivate the other party to make better offers. Remember, not every deal is worth making. Compromise is often necessary to reach an agreement. The key is to know which points are negotiable and which are non-negotiable. Be flexible on less important issues to gain ground on what matters most. Compromise doesn't mean giving up, it's about finding a balance that works for both sides. Approach compromise with an open mind and a focus on the bigger picture. Objective criteria are standards or benchmarks that both parties agree on. Using facts, data, or industry standards can help resolve disagreements and make negotiations fairer. For example, reference market prices, legal regulations, or expert opinions. Objective criteria remove emotion from the equation and make it easier to justify your position. This approach builds credibility and trust. How you present your proposals can influence the other party's perception. Use positive language and focus on benefits rather than drawbacks. For example, instead of saying, "I can't do that," try, "Here's what I can offer." Framing proposals in a constructive way makes it easier for the other side to say yes. Always highlight the value your offer brings. Many negotiations fail because of common mistakes like being too aggressive, not listening, or making assumptions. Avoid interrupting, stay open-minded, and don't rush the process. Be patient and give the other party time to consider your proposals. By steering clear of these pitfalls, you increase your chances of reaching a successful agreement. Like any skill, negotiation improves with practice. Look for opportunities to negotiate in everyday life, whether it's asking for a discount, discussing responsibilities at home, or working on group projects. Each experience helps you refine your approach and build confidence. Over time, you'll develop your own style and become more effective in all types of negotiations. Role-playing is a great way to practice negotiation skills in a safe environment. Pair up with a friend or colleague and take turns playing different roles. Try out various strategies and see how they affect the outcome. This exercise helps you anticipate challenges and develop quick thinking. The more you practice, the more natural negotiation will feel. Every negotiation is a learning opportunity. After each deal, take time to reflect on what went well and what could be improved. Did you achieve your goals? Were there moments you could have handled differently? Learning from both successes and setbacks will help you grow as a negotiator. Keep a journal or notes to track your progress over time. Negotiation is a core skill in business. Whether you're dealing with clients, suppliers, or partners, strong negotiation skills can lead to better deals and stronger relationships. In business, negotiations often involve multiple stakeholders and complex terms. Stay organized, document agreements, and always follow up in writing. This professionalism builds trust and protects your interests. Negotiation isn't limited to the boardroom. We negotiate every day at home, with friends, or even when making purchases. The same principles apply. Prepare, communicate clearly, and look for win-win solutions. Practicing negotiation in daily life helps you build confidence and apply these skills when it matters most. Negotiating your salary can feel intimidating, but it's an important skill. Do your research to understand market rates, prepare your case, and practice your pitch. Be confident, but also open to discussion. Remember to consider the full compensation package, including benefits and perks. A successful salary negotiation can have a lasting impact on your career and financial well-being. Whether you're buying a car, a house, or even electronics, negotiation can save you money. Research prices, compare options, and be ready to walk away if the deal isn't right. Don't be afraid to ask for discounts or extras. Sellers often expect some negotiation, so approach the conversation with confidence and politeness. Team negotiations require coordination and clear communication. Make sure everyone on your team is aligned on goals and strategy before entering discussions. Assign roles, such as lead, negotiator, and note-taker, to streamline the process. Debrief after the negotiation to discuss what worked and what can be improved for next time. Remote negotiations, such as those over video calls or email, present unique challenges. Pay extra attention to tone and clarity, since nonverbal cues are harder to read. Use video when possible to build rapport. Summarize agreements in writing to avoid misunderstandings. With the right approach, remote negotiations can be just as effective as in-person meetings. Negotiating across cultures requires sensitivity and adaptability. Different cultures have different norms around communication, hierarchy, and decision-making. Take time to learn about the other party's background and adjust your approach accordingly. Show respect for their customs and be patient if the process takes longer. Cultural awareness can help you avoid misunderstandings and build stronger relationships. Ethical negotiation is about honesty, transparency, and respect. Avoid manipulative tactics or misrepresenting facts. Building a reputation for integrity will serve you well in the long run. People are more likely to trust and work with you if they know you're fair and reliable. Always strive for agreements that are not only beneficial, but also ethical. Sometimes you'll encounter difficult negotiators who are aggressive or uncooperative. Stay calm and professional, and don't take things personally. Focus on the issues, not personalities. Use active listening and empathy to diffuse tension. If necessary, take a break or involve a neutral third party to help mediate. Difficult negotiations can still lead to positive outcomes with the right approach. Deadlocks happen when both sides reach an impasse. If this occurs, take a step back and reassess the situation. Look for new information, alternative solutions, or areas of compromise. Sometimes, taking a break or bringing in a fresh perspective can help break the deadlock. Remember, persistence and creativity are key to overcoming obstacles in negotiation. Once you've reached an agreement, it's important to close the deal effectively. Summarize the key points, confirm mutual understanding, and put everything in writing. Make sure all parties are clear on their responsibilities and next steps. A well-closed deal reduces the risk of misunderstandings and sets the stage for future cooperation. Following up after a negotiation is just as important as the negotiation itself. Send a thank you note, confirm the details in writing, and check in on progress. This shows professionalism and helps build long-term relationships. If any issues arise, address them promptly to maintain trust and keep the partnership strong. There are many myths about negotiation, such as the best negotiators are born, not made, or negotiation is about being tough. In reality, negotiation is a skill anyone can learn, and it's more about collaboration than confrontation. By understanding the truth behind these myths, you can approach negotiations with a healthier mindset and better strategies. Hearing real-life success stories can be inspiring. Many top negotiators started with little experience, but improved through practice and learning. For example, a small business owner who negotiated better supplier terms, or an employee who secured a higher salary. These stories show that with the right approach, anyone can achieve great results in negotiation. Negotiation is a journey, not a destination. Commit to continuous improvement by seeking feedback, learning from each experience, and staying updated on new strategies. Attend workshops, read books, and connect with other negotiators. The more you invest in your skills, the more successful you'll become in every deal you make. There are many tools and resources available to help you become a better negotiator. From online courses and books to negotiation templates and apps, take advantage of these aids. They can provide structure, tips, and practice scenarios to sharpen your skills. The right resources can make your negotiation journey smoother and more effective. Let's recap the key points for winning every deal. Prepare thoroughly, set clear objectives, listen actively, communicate clearly, and aim for win-win solutions. Use empathy, stay calm, and be willing to walk away if needed. Practice regularly and keep learning. With these strategies, you'll be ready to negotiate confidently and successfully in any situation. Congratulations on taking the first step toward mastering negotiation. Remember, every conversation is an opportunity to practice and improve. Stay curious, keep refining your skills, and approach each negotiation with confidence and integrity. With time and experience, you'll find yourself winning more deals and building stronger relationships. Good luck on your negotiation journey.